Welcome to our Wellness Hub, where I have been interviewing experts in the field of health, wellness, healing, and mindset for the past 5 years. My name is Monici. I'm a mindset coach, and I help women who feel stuck or overwhelmed in their lives with a positive shift of lifelong habits. I also study and interview women with a positive mindset. One specific type is the mindset of a person who goes from a corporate job to entrepreneurship. And today we have a very special guest. Her name is Dr. Jen Nardozzi. She went from corporate to solo. Dr. Jen, tell us a bit about your journey and what do you think is the mindset of a person who goes from corporate to solo? The floor is yours.
Wow. Thank you, Money C. And great to be here again. It's such a good question. And, I can say so many things. I think the first thing I'll say is I can't say that I had it all planned out. Like, it was not like that for me. I mean, maybe other entrepreneurs do it differently. I think for me, I had worked at this wonderful place and had gotten so much training as a psychologist. So I have a specialty in working with people with food and body issues. And so I was at this really wonderful center, and it was the first one in the country that treated people with these eating disorders. And so I gained so much so much experience. I had so many different leadership positions at the center. And there came a point where I was like, I don't think there's anything else I want to do or learn, right? Except I was still kind of afraid to leave something that was so known, so familiar, right? And so stable. And I hear this a lot from some of my friends and my colleagues, right? It's like it's easy to also get comfortable and things feel safe. And I remember a friend of mine, thank God for her, she kept saying to me, jump and the net will appear. Jump and the net will appear. And I'm like, I had like my Bambi legs, and I'm like, but what am I jumping to? Because I didn't have it all figured out when I left my very stable, like corporate gig, and then I was going to make the leap. The only thing I knew is like, well, I do know how to work with people. I've been doing that. I do have this specialty after almost a decade. I didn't know exactly what it was going to look like, but I did make the leap, Money C. I did it. And I
Yes.
remember being scared about it. So, so that's something I always like to tell people is that like life does give us our next step. And I can say a lot more, but I don't know if you have another question.
Well, while you were talking, I was thinking about the people that I work with that sometimes they are comfortable where they are,
Mm,
but they're not necessarily 100% happy. But it's so much easier to stay where you are than
mhm.
to face the unknown. This is one
Totally.
of the biggest fears that we all have.
All of us.
It goes back to the fact that our subconscious is the
Mm,
one that controls us. 80% of what we do is controlled by the subconscious. And the subconscious wants to keep us safe and
mhm.
doesn't like changes. So I think the mindset of an entrepreneur, when it wants to do the change, you need courage. Even if you have an idea of what you want to do, you don't have the whole picture, but you have the whole picture of what you're doing right now,
Mhm.
which may not be that bad.
Yeah,
So you have to have faith and also courage and face your fears. So you need to say, you know what? I'm just going to try it. And you know what it is? I think is for me, if you look back and you say, oh, if I did this, if I tried that, I don't want to have regrets. So that's
Mhm.
what I tell people. See yourself in the future and look back and say, does it bother you that you didn't do certain things? If it will, then try it. You can always go back somehow and do something similar to what you were doing before.
I think there's a quote like that that says, we don't regret the things we choose to do. Even
Yes.
if it doesn't totally work out, we end up regretting the things we never tried to do.
Yeah, I think
And
it's Mark Twain.
I think the other thing is when we try to step out into the unknown, right? We're not seeing the whole picture, but we're taking that leap of faith, and we see, oh, wait a minute, we did land on our feet. Not saying we didn't, it all went perfectly, but it helps us trust ourselves more. And I think that's what this journey has done for me is that every time I take a step, and I see, oh, like I did that, like I did that. It gives me, like you were saying, that feeling brave, having the courage, having the faith in myself. And two other things I think are really important for anybody listening that are wanting to step out and try something new, maybe individually, you're wanting to step out of old habits or old ways of thinking, or you're trying to start a business or some kind of project. I think it's really important to have guides. I mean, Manisi, you and I are both guides for people, right? But I knew for myself pretty quickly, it was like, I want to have a guide. So I did hire a coach, and she's been with me for many years through lots of iterations of being an entrepreneur. I think that's so important. I've had multiple different guides in different ways, but there's been sort of one. Her name is Kareem, who I adore. She's really been somebody that when I have my Bambi legs, she keeps reminding me who I am and what I can do and what's possible for me. Even this morning, I called her and I'm like, thank you for always like seeing my greatness, right? Like I sometimes don't see these things and she sees me really big. And that's an important thing because there's a million coaches and all kinds of people out there, but you want to have somebody who really sees you. And she will also give me hard feedback sometimes too. Like it's not always just like rah rah rah, Dr. Jen, you're amazing. No, sometimes she's like, you got to know your number. Like sometimes it's like that. So she knows when to do tough love and she knows when to do like, the softer love. So like getting yourself a guide is super important. The other thing for me that personally I very much believe in is I do believe in community. So like I knew when I was going to launch this bigger thing that I'm doing now, which is called the Food and Body Program, it's called FAB for short, is that I wanted to have this great team. Like I didn't want to do this solo.
Alone.
Right? Like, yes, you're a leader, so you have the vision, but like my vision is expanded with this amazing team. And so now it's like, it's not just my vision alone. It's like we're doing this together. And to me, one, it has me be accountable. So I don't just stop on the journey, right? It's like, whoa, I have this whole team. And then the other thing is your vision even gets bigger with amazing people who are adding their flavor to the vision. And it makes it a whole hell of a lot more fun to have a team of people. So I also learned somewhere, probably in one of my like self-development, like I was always taking on all these trainings, but a lot of the training I did for my own self-growth was in community. And what I've really learned from that is like the group is going to even hold you like bigger than, again, you know yourself to be, because it's not easy when you're stepping out there and you feel like you have your Bambi legs and you're stepping out on the skinny branches. So I just think it's such an exciting journey and I continue to learn and grow. And so I love talking about these kinds of things. And so thank you. Like, thank you for giving me the opportunity to share
Yeah,
about
well, it's I'm just getting into your journey, and I called you solo, but it's not really a solo. Some people prefer to stay be on their own, but it's very important what you just said to create a community, to have a team, and to push each other. So you are accountable for everyone else. I call it an adventure because you learn all the time. You also have to learn to set boundaries with time, because when you're in a corporate job, you go to work from 9 to 5 and then you come home. That's it. Usually you don't have to work when you're at home.
it.
But when you're an entrepreneur, there's no break, Saturday, Sunday. So you need to learn to create your work boundaries, to create balance. So overall, would you go back to corporate to work tomorrow morning? They call you, they give you this amazing offer, double the money.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
It's such a great question that you asked me, because genuinely, I absolutely love what I'm doing and where I am, even though sometimes it scares me, right? Because there isn't that same kind of exact same safety net. And like you're saying, you have to create that balance for yourself. You have to create those boundaries, the work personal life boundaries. And I love it. So I choose it. I would choose it again. I had to go through all of my spaces though. Like I do feel like the working at the center corporate, like you're saying, it really gave me so much as a platform to then, for me, take that next leap.
Jump.
So yeah.
Well, Jen, time is up. I will continue talking for a long time, but at least we gave some little tips, some small
Yeah.
tips to people who are maybe thinking of making this change. Yes, they're ready for this jump. It's a jump. It's a leap of faith. It's an incredible adventure, at least for me. It has been always growing inside, because change is growth. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you again for other topics. And good luck with your endeavor that it's growing and growing, your company. I'm very proud of you. Everybody's going to have the information underneath the video about
Thank you.
your company, and it's always a pleasure. So, ciao, Dr. Jen.
Ciao. Thank you, Manisi.
Ciao. See you soon.